When was the last time you impressed yourself? It's a rarity, unfortunately, but so many people have been given an amazing opportunity at life and they never take the chance to seek um, seek the ability to impress themselves. When you're always going around trying to impress other people, you never take the chance to actually do it for yourself. And I think the only time that feels better when you impress someone else rather than impressing yourself is when you impress someone you admire. Because you already have some sort of self-worth leveled up in their admiration. But I don't think that's as important. That's a nice little check mark you can put next to that person's name and say that you did that, and it feels great. But why don't you do something that makes you excited about what you're capable of? If you're not able to sit back and really say, I did something that I'm proud of, then what is life? I mean, I guess that's really what I'm trying to figure out by talking all this time, but what is life if you're not doing things that excite you and impress you? And you can do it in so many different ways. For me, I always chose an athletic or physical pursuit for so long with sports at a younger age, and then I guess bringing it back in now with more sports and a gym pursuit and stuff like that. And physical health is admirable and important, and is definitely a manner in which you can do that. But there's so many other ways that are often left alone, like going out and looking for something new, actively trying something new that you're nervous about and making sure that you can do it. Or not even making sure, seeing if you can. The act of putting yourself in a dangerous situation that makes you nervous, that makes you sweat, gives you goosebumps, is something that will reward your brain. When you realize, I can actually do that. That is a moment of impressing yourself. You can talk to a pretty girl, or you can attempt to pick up a new skill, or improve at the new skill that you tried to pick up months ago, which might even feel better. Sticking to something like that and causing growth is amazing. Educational pursuits, learning new things that you don't have to learn through school, but looking out for something interesting that you just seem to have an affinity for. It's out there. And I think sometimes it's lost. You can scroll on your phone and just realize you whisked a day away. And after you get away from that stuff, you realize that that's the last thing you want. It can be opening a business. It can be making a YouTube video you're nervous to hit start on. Just trying something new. But I think the moments in when you impress yourself, that leads you, that's the real dopamine. Not the swipe dopamine, not the like dopamine, but when you actually take a moment to find out, like, damn, I can do that. Whatever it is. And that is real because it will drive you in a direction that you actually want to be. Instead of just passively accruing joy that's fake, you'll actually go and aggressively, actively seek it. I grew up swimming. And one of the things that I say that I can take and carry with me that I know all of my other training partners could as well is that there would be moments where you'd look up at that board and you'd see a set. Something, any athlete can relate to this, but something that you, in your mind, in that very moment, would deem impossible. No way. I'm not going to be able to swim 3,000 meters butterfly in only 45 minutes. No way. Then 43 minutes later, you're on the last 200 meters. And while that last 200 meters and the other 2,800 meters sucked, you finished it. And you left there knowing you got better. And you knew that the next day you were going to show up and it was just going to be equally as hard, but no matter what, you showed up. Because you got better and you impressed yourself. It's one of the greatest life lessons I was able to garner from swimming. And again, it sucked. It was boring too. But when you're able to say, I did it, there isn't much better feeling. Especially when you doubted yourself at the beginning. It forces you to not limit yourself. Because if you don't take the opportunity to go look for moments to challenge you, then, that is the exact thing. You are limiting your challenge. You are never going to seek difficult things. And if you don't find them, then you'll never know if you can accomplish it. You're shrinking your own sense of self by not giving yourself the chance to fail. And the only reason that impressing yourself is impressive is because you know you can fail. People always say that failure is the greatest gift. Yes, it's great. And that's an amazing quote you can put on a bumper sticker, but you go to try and fail because you can succeed. And the idea of succeeding is the thing, the snack that you want at the end of the race. And yes, failing makes you faster or whatever. I can squirm into this analogy, but give yourself the chance to succeed. I think you can do it. Anybody can. These lessons are some things that can change your perspective immediately, but they're sort of unteachable. Where, I'm not sitting here to try and change someone's mind. I'm sitting here to remind myself that later down the line, I can do that. If at one point I become passive again, which I'm sure I will. A couple lazy days on the couch, too many binged movies or shows, then I'm back where I don't want to be. But I can come back here and remind myself that, no, I got to seek challenges because that is where I am right now. I want to find difficulties. And so many people will tell you, go pursue failure, go do so many things, but you only really learn it till you do it yourself or till you find the realization yourself. It's a silly epiphany that you could learn from other people instead of dealing with the heartbreak of wasted time or potential or energy, money. Pursue things that make you excited, not just money. Or date the girl that makes you whole instead of just the prettiest one. Stuff like that, yeah, okay, sure, man, whatever. Like Elon Musk saying that he hasn't found that money is happiness. Those lessons that so many prophets might say that you brushed off like, yeah, okay, man, I'll go make $1 million and I'll decide. Or $1 million would help me so much, and then I could maybe be happy. But then you're right back to baseline happiness 6 months later. Gotta challenge yourself. And I'm glad I am. Because you learn more about yourself and you learn more about new things. Meet cooler people. Challenge yourself. But even more so, embrace the challenge so much that you manage to impress yourself.